Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching the Tasty Pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo and today is Thursday, October 29th, 2020. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Someone should go online right now and start a petition for bodybuilders to start walking out to the theme music and lights and fireworks like pro wrestlers. And if we can get this one passed by the higher-ups, we need to do whatever we can to get Maxx Charles hooked up with the old Undertaker soundtrack. As of this morning, Maxx was the #1 athlete in the point standing, which means that he is qualified to compete at the Olympia, and that he still has another chance to build on all of that solid work that he's put in so far this year. Sometimes I think people sleep on how much talent Maxx has, which is a mistake, because he's probably one of the top 10 to 15 athletes we have in terms of talent. Plus, the guy is a nightmare when he's completely dialed in. So I wouldn't rule out a top 10 finish at the Olympia for him this year. When someone calls you a tweener in the NFL, it's usually a bad thing because it means you don't have a true position. So you're probably going to be out of the league within 5 years or less. But in bodybuilding, it's different. Sometimes being able to walk the line can actually work in your favor, as it did for Logan Franklin earlier this year. So if I'm Tony Tavares and I'm on the fence about what's on deck next for me next year, the thing I don't do is panic, because I know that I have a history on my side. Earlier in the week, Tony went on record to say that he's sitting somewhere in the neighborhood of 280 pounds right now, and that he's still not sure which division feels like the right fit for him next year. From a competitive standpoint, we still have a relatively small sample size from him at the pro level. But even with that, he's still shown that he can compete with Olympia caliber athletes in classic physique. So as long as he keeps playing to his strengths, the universe will reveal what the right move is in time. I'm not sure if any of you caught the Khabib fight last weekend, but I did. I was completely glued to the screen for that entire round and a half, because I love watching all-time great athletes execute at the highest level. There's something about greatness that sucks you in as a fan. It demands your respect and your full attention. Isn't that right, Missy Truscott? With the Fitness Olympia less than 2 months away now, this is Missy's time to make her push towards greatness. But in order for her to do that, she'll have to unseat a 2-time incumbent champ in Whitney Jones, who's already great in her own right. But that isn't easy. But then again, what Khabib did when he beat Conor inside the octagon a few years ago, well, that wasn't easy either. This is always part of every great athlete's story, and in 8 weeks we'll find out if it's part of Missy's. When I was watching Tom Brady and the Bucs put on an offensive clinic last weekend, it made something click in my head about great athletes doing what they do for the love of the game. That being said, if there was even a Tom Brady of the bikini division, it would have to be Ashley Kaltwasser, wouldn't it? And it just so happens that the greatest to ever do it might be planning to make one more stop before the Olympia. According to reports, it looks like Ashley's considering the Iron Games Pro next month as her pre-Olympia tune-up show, where she'll look to keep her win streak alive with another dominant performance. In a lot of ways, being forced to take a break in the middle of the season might have been the best thing for the 3-time Olympia champ, in the sense that it kept her fresher than she's been in years. And even at this stage of her career, if she shows up completely dialed in, she's still more than capable of winning the chip and adding another chapter to her Hall of Fame resume. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.